It is really hard to believe for me to look back over the last 14 years and to see how God took a very reluctant engineer turned pastor and gave me a front row seat to his goodness and his faithfulness. Sarah and I got invited to a home group that was doing The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. It was a friend of hers. We were attending another church at the time, but we went there for the home group for the fall, and then visited River Ridge a couple of times that fall. And then in the spring of, I guess it'd be like 2004, we started attending up at when we were still at the theater, and immediately felt at home. It wasn't a couple weeks that we were finding ourselves serving upstairs in the preschool room, and it wasn't, within 6 or 8 weeks we knew that we'd found home and started getting plugged in. Matt had always talked about the goal and the vision of River Ridge to plant a campus down in Teays Valley. So in about 2007, it was while we were doing the capital campaign for the building up on Greenbrier Street. Matt came around and met up with all the different home groups. So he came down to ours down in Teays Valley, and someone asked again, hey, what's the plan for coming down to Teays Valley? And he said, you asked the question, so do you think that God has started to raise up a leader that might be able to lead the charge on this? And did a blind, just took out pieces of paper and wrote down names. So there were 20 of us in there, and Matt read them all out, and 18 of them had my name on it, except for mine and Sarah's. And so Matt and I started the conversation at that point, but I didn't really take it seriously. I didn't really necessarily feel the call at that point, and really started pressing in on me to say, maybe your friends in your group are seeing some things in you that need to explore. And it did become clearer at that point that God might be leading us in that direction. So in January of 2008, we started meeting. There were probably 40 of us or so that we'd meet once a month at Jason and Monica's house. And we would pray specifically for the community, pray for how it is that we could start serving there. And we started doing some service projects. The Charleston campus had grown to a place where we needed to have 2 services. And so the Teays Valley leadership team took ownership and leadership of one of the services, and I led some of the sermons over the summer, and our team got some real-time leadership development over the course of that summer. And then in August of 2008, we came down to Teays Valley. The first services for the first 5 years, we had portable church at West Teays Elementary. There was nothing pretty about it. It was very gritty looking and hard to get to, but God still blessed. It was amazing. And over the course of a couple of years, we began to outgrow the space and had to go to 2 services. That's hard to believe. We had to go to 2 services inside of a small elementary school auditorium, and to see the grace of God working in the lives of people. And we knew it was in spite of the physical location that we're at. It was central to the community, but we had to transform it from a school into a church every week. Yeah, when we got to 2 services at the elementary school and those started getting more and more full, we knew that we had gotten to the maximum that facility could house or to hold. We ended up buying a piece of property right beside a Hurricane High School, and had started the development of some plans when the old Saturn dealership came open, and it was such a godsend. We had a builder and an architect come and take a look at it, and it was laid out perfectly for us to be able to do the kind of church that we wanted to. We were able to purchase the building, the Saturn dealership, in 2013, and we had our first services there that fall. We immediately started with 2 services, and it was another blessing of God. We saw the numbers grow from maybe 400 people to close to 800 people within 6 months. And it wasn't very long at all that we had to go from 2 services to 3 services and really start thinking about what it is that God wanted us to do, how we needed to expand or to start another church plant. And in 2017, we opened up a brand new section of the building, built a new auditorium, expanded some of the kids' spaces, and devoted our previous auditorium to the student ministry side. It has been a blessing to be on this journey, and just thinking back through the baptisms and the stories and the marriages that have been saved as a result of God entering into the lives of people. It's humbling to see the hand of God that has been moving from Chestnut Ridge to River Ridge in Charleston to River Ridge in Teays Valley, and now to think beyond. It is something that I want to give the rest of my life to.